Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official Naoya Inoue versus Nery post-fight review, and the result of the fight is a 6th round stoppage victory by Inoue over Nery in what is, I feel, one of the more exciting fights that's taking place in this calendar year. So let's talk about it, man. Really interesting fight because obviously you had the storyline of what's happened with Nery in the past with the Yamanaka fights and the Japanese Boxing Commission banning him. And then now add into the fact that they had to fight at the Tokyo Dome, the first fight in the Tokyo Dome in well over 30 years. 34 years now. So it was a historical fight, a historical moment in time, not just for Japanese boxing, but boxing at large, right? And Inoue was, he faced some adversity early on, but as the old saying goes, adversity introduces a man to himself. Nery came out he came out guns blazing. He wasn't coming for no boxing match. He was coming to fight, which I respect because a lot of these guys, look at Stephen Foy, you look at Paul Butler, a lot of these recent Inoue opponents, they come to fight him, but they don't come to really fight. They come to have a boxing match. And Nery wasn't coming from none of that. He was coming to make a fight. And in doing that early on, he did something that no Inoue opponent had done to date, which is drop him. Drop him in the first round. And I'm glad he did that because it validated one of the things I was saying going into this fight, which is the fact that Nery, for all his technical flaws, for all his deficiencies as a fighter, weaknesses, Nery is definitely one of the most offensively dynamic fighters Inoue has ever fought, and he proved it in the first round. And he dropped him. It was more of a flash knockdown, but it was a knockdown nonetheless. Nobody's done that to Inoue in his career. So I'm sure a lot of fighters at 122, like Sam Goodman, and guys at 126 that could be future opponents, they're going to look at that and they're going to draw a lot of confidence from that. But the encouraging thing from Inoue is not so much the knockdown, but what he did after the knockdown, because he showed in this fight that he can make adjustments quickly and swiftly. In the next round, he was able to gain that lead foot leverage on Nery, and he was able to he knew what punches to throw. The punch he focused on throwing was the straight right hand to the body, and he kept doing it over and over again, and it opened everything else up. It opened up his up jab. It opened up the southpaw killer, which is the straight right hand. It opened up the left hook to the body. And for as dynamic of an offensive fighter as Nery is, he's just as sloppy defensively. So in the second round, he threw and he reached for the overhand left, and as the old saying goes, you reach, I teach. He overcommitted and threw himself out of position. So he came and he threw the overhand left, and he had himself in a square position. When he got in that square position, Inoue corked a mean left hook, dropped him, put him on the seat of his ass. And that was the beginning of the end, because as we got into rounds 3, 4, 5, and ultimately the 6th round, Inoue dominated Nery, taunting him, outboxing him from the outside, counter punching him. I mean, he showed, even in a fight where there was some adversity, he showed why he is one of boxing's most complete fighters. And he did in this fight what he's done 23 of the times, which is get a knockout. And he ran his record up. He ran his record up to 27-0 with 24 knockouts, and he has successfully made a title defense of the undisputed titles and has restored honor, pride, and respectability to the country of Japan for what happened to Shinsuke Yamanaka in a great fight. So respect to Nery. Nery came and gave a great fight. Nobody will ever forget the war, the 6th round war that took place at the Tokyo Dome. But Inoue showed why he's one of the best fighters in the sport. And the question now becomes, what is next for Inoue? Now, anybody who's followed this channel, this program, when it talks about Inoue, knows that I am really not going to get overly emotionally invested on anything Inoue related until he comes up to 126. Because I feel like the featherweight division is arguably the deepest division in boxing. There's a lot of great opponents there for Inoue. And I always thought coming into this year that 2024 wasn't going to be the kind of year that would, move the needle quite like 2023 did, with the Fulton fight and the Paulus fight. These fights against guys like Nery and now next you're saying Sam Goodman, I call them brand building fights. These are fights that Inoue is going to be a heavy favorite in, and they're going to be fights that build his brand more. And and that's what he's doing. I mean, nobody's fought at the Tokyo Dome in 34 years. That right there shows you the popularity he has in his country. And it is what it is, man. Sam Goodman's a good fighter. I think Sam Goodman has earned the shot of the contenders at 122. And I don't know if they're gonna fight in Japan, but if not, I'd like to see him fight in Australia, because it would be cool to see Inoue go to some more countries and continue to, be a global superstar for the sport. Goodman's not particularly great at one thing, but he's good at a lot of things. He's a very well-rounded fighter. He's tall. He can box a little bit. So it's a fight Inoue should win, but I think the Goodman deserves a shot. And then once if Inoue take care of business with that, then that would to me close the book on his run at 122, and then set the stage for what I think will be the most interesting part of his career to date, which would be his run at featherweight. And I'll kind of parrot what I said on the live. One of the really intriguing things about him being a featherweight, which is what I'm really excited about, is it's gonna, at least I feel it should, satisfy the needs of American boxing fans, right? And I know the world is bigger than the USA, but I'm an American. This is an American boxing channel. Most of my audience is in the USA, so that's what we talk about. A lot of Americans there's a lot of American boxing fans that don't want to give Inoue his full just due, because he hasn't really fought a lot of American opponents. But once you enter a division like featherweight, you have no shortage of American opponents. You got Bruce Carrington, Ruben Villa, Angelo Leo. If he's still there, you got Raymond Ford, and the list goes on and on. There's like a solid 4 to 6 potential American opponents for Inoue, and I like that. I like the fact that he'll be fighting some American opponents, and some of those guys I named, like the Angelos and particularly Angelo Leo and Bruce Carrington. Those are guys that if they win their next fights and if they stay active, they have a chance to really shoot their names up there and build their profiles up and earn the fight. So I like that aspect of it. And I like the aspect of the fact that with him fighting bigger guys, that could absorb his punching power more, he's going to have to find some different ways to win fights. And I think that's when he can really show how complete he is. And, I like that. I'm excited about that. And I think every boxing fan should be excited about that. So ultimately, we'll see how it goes. But as far as this fight, this is, no matter what happens at 126 or what's happened in the past, I feel like this is one of the most memorable fights of Inoue's career, because of the excitement, because of the storyline, because of it being at the Tokyo Dome. And Luis Nery deserves respect. We know he was flawed. We know he had his deficiencies, but he did what Donaire couldn't do. He did what Steve Fulton couldn't do. He did what Marlon Tapales couldn't do. He did what a lot of really good fighters who have fought Inoue in the past failed to do, which is put him on his ass. So we learned more about Inoue because Nery was good enough to show us that Nery was good enough to put Inoue under some real pressure and adversity early on. So he deserves credit for that, because Inoue is a guy that barely loses rounds. So, give credit where credit is due. I still want to see Nery fight. I hope people still want to see him fight. I hope he still wants to fight, and yeah, that's what it is. So we'll definitely have more to say on Inoue as time progresses, and I'll do my live on him. I'll do my live on him on Wednesday. But for now, these are my thoughts and my post review on Inoue versus Nery. So yeah, I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? What did you guys think of the fight? Was it a great performance from Inoue? Did he get exposed in your opinion? And what do you think of him against Sam Goodman? And who do you want to see him fight inevitably at 126? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterfield, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.